So how much fruit should you eat? Ideally, the human body is fruitarian. We are frugivores, and we should be eating 50% of our produce, of our food in volume, from fruit, and the rest should be greens. But this is like a ridiculous ideal standard that most people are never gonna get to. And you can't just jump into a diet like that. Most of us have been eating poorly our entire lives, many years, and even before that our parents were probably eating poorly before they had us, which it's just kind of genetically ingrained into us. It doesn't mean that we can't shut off these genetic receptors that give us like diabetes, obesity, certain cancers, whatever it may be. We have the ability, by eating healthy and healing our bodies, to shut off those genetic receptors. But before we can eat that much fruit, and before we can just jump into eating that healthy, because when we do that, if we switch into eating a really healthy diet after we've been eating poorly for a very long time, all these toxins will swell up into our body, and it can make us sick, and we might not be able to handle all of those toxins being released at the same time. So slowly cleansing and healing yourself, building up the ability to be able to eat more fruit, is the best bet. Everybody's different, so how much fruit should you eat? You should eat as much fruit as you can handle. I was avoiding sugar for a really long time, and I kind of got rid of my sugar cravings a while ago. So at very first, it was kind of hard for me to eat the fruit because I really just was used to eating like savory, like high fat foods, and that's what I craved. But I would just eat a little piece of fruit before I ate whatever else I ate, or a small smoothie to start my day off. And I would eat fruit throughout the day, like little pieces, because it's easy to eat just one banana, but it's hard to eat a meal of bananas if you're not used to it. So you start small, and then you eat 2 bananas, maybe eat like 3 bananas or whatever, and then eat half of whatever cooked, starch, savory thing that I had. I would just lessen that, so I would be crowding it out with the fruit. Even when I first started drinking like full fruit smoothies, I'd put like 20 bananas in it, well, 12 bananas, whatever would fit in my blender. And it would give me a headache. It would give me a crazy headache as I was drinking it because I was getting too much sugar. And the problem isn't sugar, even though the media likes to make it out that sugar is this big problem. Even refined white sugar, while refined white sugar isn't the healthiest, sugar in general should not be demonized. I know that certain TV doctors, like Dr. Oz, whoever it may be, demonizes things like bananas and a 20 banana smoothie or a 12 banana smoothie. And that's not bad. But if when you drink a 12 banana smoothie you get a headache, you need to ease into it. You're not ready for it. So drink half of that, or even less. Don't put fruit juice into it. Use a unsweetened soy milk or cashew milk. Use a bunch of berries instead because they have less sugar. They're not as sweet as bananas. And then you can ease yourself into higher calorie, more dense, sugar-filled smoothies or breakfasts, or just high fruit breakfasts. And you'll even crave it more because sometimes, if you're not used to eating that much fruit, you're good after a couple pieces. So if you just work yourself up to it, slowly but surely, eventually, because it is what your body craves, it's what your body runs on, eventually you're gonna really crave that fruit. You're gonna drink that entire smoothie. You're gonna be like, yes, this is awesome. And even before you start craving it like that, you'll probably notice the difference. After you eat your small amount of fruit or your small smoothie and you're done, you're ready to move on to something else, you'll be like, wow, I feel really energized and good. And then if you eat something that's high fat or maybe not as fresh and like good for you and full of living energy and sugars, you'll be like, yeah, my body is taking more energy to digest this, when the fruit, on the other hand, didn't take any energy. In fact, it gives you so much energy. So noticing those little differences and how you feel helps you want to eat more fruit. And then eventually your body will just, because the more of what you eat is what you're going to crave, so the more fruit you eat, eventually your body will just crave the fruit. So don't fear sugar, and don't get intimidated by these diets you see out there, people eating all these fruit, so much fruit. Well, they've been doing it for a really long time. You don't know where they started, and where you are at, you might have to eat way less fruit. You might have to eat something completely different. So in your own way, find out how much fruit you need to eat for yourself, how much you enjoy, and then work in adding more into your diet. Obviously, if you live somewhere that fruit isn't really very available, or it's like cold and wintry all the time, you might thrive more on a starch-based diet. But it doesn't mean that fruit is not ideal and optimal. If you can get fruit, when you can get fruit, try to eat as much as you can because it's awesome. And if you can move to somewhere warmer, if you're ever on vacation, load up on the fruit, because that's where our bodies thrive, in like warm climates, fruit-filled environments. But do your best to live in the environment you're in. Eat as much fruit as works for you. It's all personal. You have to figure it out for yourself. I hope this helped you. I kind of ranted and babbled a little bit, but I think I got full spectrum of all of the different points of fruit eating. Let me know if there's anything else that you're interested in, anything that I might have missed down in the comments below. How much fruit do you eat? Can you eat an entire meal? Can you go raw till 4, like fully? Can you go fully raw? Do you eat fruitarian, frugivore mostly? I certainly don't, not this summer. In the past definitely, but this summer I've been eating a lot of starches. Tell me about you. Have a great day and thanks for watching.